Peace. This is Brother Hot Tim. I'm on mile 3, but today I'm gonna tape this on my Gianni journey for the simple fact that I'm gonna continue with the story series. Stories are hitting me left and right. What I want to do now is first send out shots to those things that I love and give me support. Oxy water, which I'm about to go drink a bottle of right now. So go to www.tryoxywater.com. Also, check out Orange 82 for the intro and exit music when I'm doing my live shows. So go on, get on the internet, check them out. Now, recap. For those that caught the fish story, those who haven't, check out the story called Three Fish. It's one piece that I forgot to ask. You, as a listener, which fish are you? Now, the only way to make sense of this is to go back to that story and see which fish are you in your life. Because in life, we all are one of those fish at different times. So, look and see which fish you are. Because if you know which fish you are, you know, because if you're counting on your luck, you already fucked up. All right, so now, back to the story. Now, the story I got today, I'm going off the format that I laid, of course, because a new story came to me while I was doing some studying yesterday. And it's a variation on some other stories, like all stories are. But this is a new myth in the G series. Because these stories are coming to me while I'm reading stories and picking them up. And this is called The Transformation of the Demon. And the subtitle is, Do You Know Who I Am? So, now, those that are familiar with the story of G, one day I'll get on and do the story of G, or have somebody else come on and do the story. I'm sending shouts out to Brother Quasi Lowe at this point in time, because he did the best rendition of the G story. For those that don't know, GYE is, or G, we say G. Some of y'all probably pronounce it Guy, but we say G for various reasons. But G is, in a sense, the mythic founder of Giame, and we are, all those that are Giame are the descendants, and we get a lot of our stories and motivations for manhood and womanhood from the trials of G. So let me just go into the story. Now, when G finally took over his father's village and spread out, because the type of government or leadership that he set up was based on a council model. And of course, everybody wanted him to be the head of the council. And he served for a while, but eventually disappeared. And another group came up in his name and said that they was his descendants, and basically took over everything while G was a recluse. But that's further down the line. I'll fill you in on that as the stories go. Well, early in G's career, when he first was putting together Giame Nation, bringing the tribes together, bringing a council together to run the tribes, developing the education system, the true education system where they reduced the wisdom from the young people and led them towards mastery, to eventually they were able to, for lack of better words, conquer land, because they tried to avoid battle. G received a message from a village that wanted to join the collective. But it was one request, that G came himself to deal with a forest demon. Now, this people who were called the Aya people were living in a beautiful area, and it was surrounded by a forest. Now, on the western side of this forest, it was a demon, and no one could go through these forests without confronting this demon. And anybody that confronted the demon usually wound up dead. Most of the warriors had failed at the hands of this single demon. They would throw spears at this demon, and the spears wouldn't harm the demon. They would try to attack it with axes, and as they got closer, the demon would eventually, in a sense, bear hug them. It was almost as if they got stuck to this demon, and no matter what they was throwing, if they threw a kick, it would get stuck to the demon. If they punched, it would get stuck to the demon. If they tried to plunge a knife into it, the knife would, in a sense, go into the demon, and the knife and the hand would get stuck. And eventually, the individual would be absorbed. And with each warrior that he absorbed, or it absorbed, the stronger the demon became. So, the people requested, because they had heard about G's prowess as a warrior, and they heard that he had came from the mystic Yami people. They thought maybe G could help. So G came, and he sat at the feet of the elders' council and listened to the stories, and they told him the stories. And G sat down and did the power test, yoking. And in meditation, he decided that since no weapons worked against this demon, he would face the demon barehanded. So he went to the edge of the forest, and as he approached, this demon came out. Now the demon was regular man size, maybe about 6'8", bigger than G, and it was jet black, like tar. And G approached the demon, and the demon approached G, and as they walked towards each other, they eventually started running, and this demon jumped towards G, and he missed. And G came around back in front of the demon and kicked with his left foot, and it was a powerful kick, but his foot got stuck in the demon. So G saw that the demon had his foot and was swinging at his head with his left arm. G ducked under the left arm, shouldered it, and reached over with his right hand and hit the demon in the face. His left arm and his right hand got stuck. His right hand got stuck to the demon's jaw. His left arm the armpit was stuck to the demon. Now, and his right hand was stuck. So G then tried to knee the demon in the back, and his knee got stuck. Now, G was totally engrossed in this monster, and the monster somehow moved his shape so that he was eye to eye with G, and he looked at G, and he looked at G deep in his eyes, and he looked at G and said, "You're scared now?" And G said, "No." And the monster said, "Do you recognize me?" And G started laughing. He said, "I do." "Then tell me who I am." And G said, "You could be nobody but my fears, or my past fears, or the fears of these people. You're nothing but fear." And in saying that, the monster dissolved, and left in G's hands was a baby girl. Now this baby girl's name, because she came from the village of Aya, her name became Aya. And G took her with him and raised her up, because the people were still scared of the baby. And G said, if I left the baby here, y'all would turn her back into the beast that was in the forest. And G took this baby away and raised this baby. Now, what's the lesson in the story? The lesson in the story is very simple. A lot of times we get stuck by our fears. And not only do we get stuck by our fears, we get stuck by the fears of others, from what people have faced, and they tell us what we can't do. G went into the situation not knowing exactly what it was, but he knew that his major enemy was his own fear. And he knew, in the sense, that he was fighting some fear, either what was left in him or what was left in that village. And by facing his fear, he transformed his fear from something hideous, something sticky, something very dangerous, to something very delicate and beautiful that he raised up, who turned out to be, in a sense, one of the saviors of Giame in the future. So this is Brother Hatem. Hope you enjoyed the tale, and I will get back with you soon, because y'all got another story coming back in the line of what I'm telling the kids. Hopefully you got the lesson. If you got any questions or comments, hit me back. You can hit me up on my blog at www.giamejourney.com. Let me know what you think. And with that, excuse me, I say peace.